I want to turn now to Dr. Vin Gupta. He's an affiliate assistant professor at the Institute for Health Metrics and Evaluation and an MSNBC medical contributor. Boy, I got to tell you, doctor, I mean, it's always great to talk to you, but can we just take a moment here? Because so often when we have these conversations, they're all downers. The first confirmed cases of COVID-19 here and in the UK were late January. And here we are in December, and we have a vaccine. How remarkable is that, and how important?
Good morning, Chris. It's extraordinary, and it should give us all hope that even though there are gloomy warnings for the next few months, let's focus on the positive, that there is light at the end of the tunnel, and we can all hang our hats on that, and that's vital. What you're seeing here stateside today is that the Advisory Committee on Vaccines is convening to discuss the Pfizer vaccine that is going live today in the UK. And assuredly, based on the briefing documents that the FDA has now provided, it would be a big shock if an EUA was not, an emergency use authorization was not actually provided after this meeting. Because what we do know of the Pfizer vaccine is that it's broadly effective across age groups. It prevents something called severe pneumonia from COVID-19. So that really sick state that causes people to see me and my colleagues in the ICU, it seems like it's effective at preventing that, especially in older individuals, Chris. And then lastly, and really critically, at least on the 2 months of data that we do have studying this vaccine, it doesn't look like there's any serious adverse events, maybe some redness and a little pain at the injection site at most for a few days. But if that's the worst of it, then that's no different than any other shot that our children we get on an annual basis. So it's a really, really good news.
And it's remarkably effective even pretty quickly after just the first dose, right?
That's what the data suggests. Now, I mean, the key piece here is looks like you still need that second dose 28 days later. And it's going to be important to get that second dose for long-lasting immunity. How long you're actually protected for is the big open question. We have these studies that Pfizer and Moderna and other companies have started will continue. So we'll have a sense as we're ramping up immunizations for the world, how long amongst these study enrollees they're actually being protected for. So we'll have some lead time and some understanding of how effective and how long lasting these vaccines truly are to guide potentially a reimmunization effort if one is needed down the road.
So assuming everything goes as you suggest it's expected to, and they approve in just a couple of days, the lion's share of people, of course, getting the vaccine won't get it until next year, 2021. And that is, of course, when the pandemic is expected to reach new heights after the holiday season. And I want to read you something from a story in the New York Times this morning. I'm quoting here. A vaccine is like a fire hose. A vaccine that's 95% effective, as Moderna's and Pfizer's versions appear to be, is a powerful fire hose, but the size of a fire is still a bigger determination of how much destruction occurs. And it goes on to say no vaccine can eliminate a pandemic immediately, just as no fire hose can put out a forest fire. So give us a reality check. Even with the best case scenario that everyone could get a vaccine by late spring or midsummer, does that mean life immediately returns to normal?
No, it doesn't. So first of all, we need a certain percent of the population to consent to immunization. We think at least 70%. That will take time. So just because you get your shot and then you get your second shot doesn't mean you can stop wearing a mask and stop with hand hygiene, those things immediately after. This is going to take time. We're going to need everybody ideally to do it. And it's going to take time on the back end to make sure that enough time has elapsed between that second dose when you're truly protected. So that's one. Number two, Chris, let's be clear. Any vaccination campaign isn't really going to ramp up until early April at the earliest for the general population, meaning that the worst of the pandemic is in front of us. We're worried that even in spite of vaccinations starting for the general population in that time period, we're going to lose over 500,000 souls in America alone in total from this pandemic. So that's why it's still vital that you don't travel, that everything we've talked about is still top of mind while we look at relief ahead.
Stay the course, wear your mask, stay home, wash your hands, all that stuff. Dr. Vin Gupta, Thank you so much. But
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.